All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to get all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash, double honor to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect out here preaching this gospel in sincerity and truth throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom. You know, and as promised, I have this part one of a video that I did yesterday, but it got deleted, so we're going to redo it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't a big deal. But, you know, you have this guy right here, and he's basically going into how this device that Elon Musk is giving these paraplegics, you know, people that can't walk, can't move, you know, they're basically paralyzed. And he's putting that that device in these people's heads to basically give them some sort of movement, you know, basically not physical movement, but movement as far as, you know, them moving, controlling, you know, digital devices, you know what I'm saying, such as a cursor on the screen or playing video games and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? He's basically, I think the title of this video is something along the lines of, I think this guy in this video, he named it Mark of the Beast, the Antichrist is here, you know, something like that, which this device that these people have in their skulls, that is the mark of the beast as well, you know, because the scriptures say that the mark of the beast would be in your forehead and in your hand, which that device that's going to be in your hand, you know, which is another part of the MOTB. The mark of the beast is a RFID chip that's going to basically be implanted in your you know, in your hand, you know, to make transactions, you know what I'm saying, to be able to buy and sell. And then you have this certain aspect, you know, I guess you can call it that, of this device being implanted in your head, you know, to show the miracles, you know, these great miracles that the scriptures talk about that this devil was going to do, you know, because having a device in your head and allowing someone that's paralyzed and can't move to basically be involved in the real world, you know, on some level is a great miracle. You know what I'm saying? Especially having that device implanted in your brain, and then you being able to control different devices through your thoughts. That's a miracle right there. You know what I'm saying? So this is what these devils are doing. They're showing miracles before the world, because they're trying to present themselves to be like God, like to be like the Most High, you know? And another thing is that these Christians, they say that this is the mark of the beast, but then they say something along the lines of this is the Antichrist, you know, saying the Antichrist as if the Antichrist is just one individual, you know, when the Antichrist is not one individual that's basically being taken over by the soul of Satan. The Antichrist is anybody that's against the Heavenly Father and the Son. They can be labeled an Antichrist. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that's against the truth can be labeled an Antichrist, you know. So the scriptures say that there are many Antichrists, you know what I'm saying? So Christians believe that, you know, it's one individual when it's not. But like I say, the Christians, they got something right, you know, because they believe that this mark of the beast, this chip, this RFID chip, to be the mark of the beast, you know, and this one in this guy's head, they believe that to be the mark of the beast, which they are correct on that. But you know, what I wanted to show in this video basically is that, you know, you have this device that's being implanted in this man's skull that he can play video games, and they call it like aimbot or something like that, which allows these individuals, like if you're playing a game like Call of Duty or something like that, it allows you to automatically lock on to a target. You know, because when you're playing a game, you're using your hands and things like that, you know, and you gotta rely on your actual skills to be able to, you know, kill an opponent or take someone out. But this guy right here with this device in his head, he has an advantage because his thoughts and his sight and his thoughts allows him to automatically lock on to someone without even using his hands. So he has, you know, when they have in the military, you know, you have an enemy jet or a plane, and you can lock onto it, you know, with a target system, like an infrared target system, and you can shoot missiles at it, and, you know, the missiles will go right to the target. You know, that's the same thing that it's talking about. He has that type of, advantage in these video games. But the thing that I want to say is that they have actual robots with this same type of future, the same type of technology within them as well. They're making all of these killer robots, because they're getting ready to come down on the people, because something drastic is about to get ready to happen that's going to cause a lot of people to rebel and to, come against the government. So they have these certain type of robots that are going to be designed to basically control the people and put them down if they step out of order, or even chase people down, hunt them down, like in that movie Black Mirror, which I have a little quick scene that I might play of that as well. But this is what it's coming down to, and this is why the scriptures say that this time is going to be like no other. So without further ado, let me go ahead and play this video, and then I'll further expound on it a little bit. So let's go ahead and play it real quick.
Apparently, it seems like you can take your consciousness out of your brain and place it in a microchip. And then if you put the microchip inside a robot or any sort of cellular species, your soul is going to be transferred into that body. Honestly, guys, does this even sound familiar? If you're someone that has read Bible, then you will know that this is probably how the mark of the beast was mentioned. And there was also a guy who actually got the Neuralink implanted in his brain who appeared in Joe Rogan's podcast, and he revealed to us on what it actually feels like in order to have this implanted in your body and what kind of changes it makes, and does it make you a superhuman or not. Just take a look at what this guy has to say.
I basically have an aimbot in my head.
So, wow.
Yeah, so
that's crazy.
Yeah, they'll probably have like different leagues for people like me, because it's just not fair.
Wait, do you have a what? Aimbot, like in the video games, like you can just aim and then it just locks onto the target. Like he can do that stuff.
Wow, is it that
crazy.
accurate?
It's that accurate, and it's faster. One thing that I found with the Neuralink is something that kind of blew my mind too. Is when I'm attempting to do stuff sometimes, or I'm thinking it to like move in a certain place, sometimes it's so good that it's moving before I even like think it to move.
What? Like if you want your hand to move, it's like gonna move before you even think. So does that mean like his response time is super high?
It's almost like if you think about moving your hand, the signal is basically already being sent before you move your hand.
Oh my God.
Like your mind is saying, okay, he's about to move his hand basically. So the signal needs to be sent all the way down and back up in order for you to move your hand. So the speed that all of that happens, and it's almost a little preemptive. I saw that with...
Oh my God, dude, this is so freaking dangerous.
So like he basically said, man, it's like preemptive. Like even before he actually, thinks about it, at the front of his mind, it's already doing it. Like it's, connected to his subconscious. Like it's doing it before he even actually thinks about it. It's already doing what he said what he wanted it to do. Almost like on some like psychic type shit. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
So he's basically a superhuman. And it seems like it's going to eliminate this possibility of there is no such thing called as muscle memory. So it's basically like you train your own body for like entire year in order to do a certain task, and your muscles are going to develop something called as muscle memory. So most of the boxers and athletes, they kind of have a lot of these muscle memories done. Even gamers, sometimes, if you're sniping in a game, you just keep aiming, and as soon as the target comes in, you're just firing at the target in the right exact second. So it's something that you just develop using muscle memory. But then with the Neuralink, it seems like you're just an aimbot, man. Stuff just happens on its own and you never even know it's going to be that quick. That's freaking insane. And a lot of people are saying that the mark of beast is all about...
And like I said, they have that same type of technology in these killer robots that they're going to basically put out on the streets when all hell and all chaos break loose and they need to regain control, and take a lot of people out and kill a lot of people. They can have the same technology in these robots, with this type of, quote unquote, aimbot technology that automatically locks onto you with accuracy and precision from a long distance away. Like they can hit you, like at a fucking robot with a sniper on it can hit your ass in the back of the head with a bullet from 5 football fields away with precision. That's the type of shit we talking about. Imagine 5 of those same type of robots hunting down one person, because they got robots that can go through terrains and deserts and jungles and swamp type, terrains that can hey, they can still hunt your ass down. You know what I'm saying? So this is the type of shit they got, you know. But so these robots, they got that same type of technology where they can automatically lock onto you from a long distance and hit you with precision, with accuracy, you know. So that's pretty scary. But he said something in this video. Let's see. He said at the beginning, he said,
but apparently it seems like you can take your consciousness out of your brain and place it in a microchip. And then if you put the microchip inside a robot, or
so he said you can take your consciousness and take it out of a microchip and put it into a robot. And this is when if you're familiar with the show Black Mirror, this is the type of things that they were trying to this is the type of things that they were showing us in some of those episodes in that show Black Mirror. And these are the things that Esau is trying to do. These are the things that he's trying to do, you know, copy consciousness and put it in certain devices, basically trying to capture your soul and put it into a robot, you know. So these are the things that Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is trying to do. And you see why this world needs to be taken over when Yahushua comes back, and righteousness need to be restored, because all of these things that they're doing is witchcraft. You know, it's all sinister, and it's all basically Satan worship. You know what I'm saying? So let's see if let's see. See, in this episode of Black Mirror, this woman, she basically paid for a service to have her consciousness copied and then put inside of a device to basically control her house, like an artificial intelligence. But it's actually her consciousness. It's not an artificial intelligence. It's actually her and her real consciousness. And her consciousness that's in this device actually believes that it's actually still her, because it's an exact copy of her consciousness. But in this episode, it's going to show the real her, and it's going to show a distinction between the real her that's out there in the real world and her that's being locked into this device, basically like a forever prison. You know, that her consciousness is locked in, but she actually feels like it's really her. You know, and these are the type of things that Esau is trying to do.
Hey. Better?
This is my body.
Yeah, let's not get into that again. Look around you. Got a control room.
What's this for?
That console, that's for you to control the house. I mean, real use house. Look, how do you like your toast?
What?
How do you like your toast?
Underdone, slightly underdone.
Okay, perfect. Think about how you like it. Then just press the button.
Which one?
It doesn't matter. You already know you're making toast. The buttons are symbolic mostly anyway. See? This is your job now. You're in charge of everything here. The temperature, the lighting, the time the alarm clock goes off in the morning. If there's no food in the refrigerator, you're in charge of ordering it.
For who?
For real you. She's paying.
Where is real me?
Yeah, taking a nap. In the bedroom. Top right.
I don't want to be in here. I don't want to be in here. I don't want to be in here!
Hey. Just how you like it.
See? So now she's going crazy because she actually feels like that's actually her inside of that device. Well, actually, she's just a copy of the original person, the original her's consciousness. You know? So these are the type of things that Esau is trying to do, man. You know, he's basically trying to capture your soul, try to put it in a device, you know? So when they got in that video that we first played, when he was talking about putting your consciousness in a device, in a basically a chip, and putting it inside of a robot, these are the type of things that Esau, the so-called white man, is working on. These are the type of things that he's trying to do, you know? And matter of fact, let's play this video or two real quick.
Hey there, science fans. Today we're diving into something straight out of a sci-fi movie. Imagine this: lab-grown human brain cells directing a virtual butterfly. Sounds wild, right? So here's the scoop. Scientists have cultivated human brain cells in a lab and hooked them up to a computer simulation. These brain cells, also known as brain organoids, are tiny but mighty. They're grown from human stem cells and mimic the structure and function of a real human brain. Now, the cool part, researchers have designed a virtual environment where a butterfly flaps its wings. By connecting the brain organoids to this virtual world, the brain cells can actually interact with it. When the brain cells fire up, the butterfly moves. This is like giving a tiny brain the power to control a digital creature. Why is this a big deal?
See that? So what Esau is doing, he's creating lab-grown brains, actual brains inside of a laboratory. He's growing them, you know what I'm saying? He's basically connecting these brains to a digital world, you know, like, let's say if you have a butterfly, for example, like they have in here, they connect these organic brains to a digital simulation, you know, and basically puts them in a world, you know, puts the consciousness of that brain into a world that looks real. So these brains actually think that they are that actual butterfly that's in a simulation. You see what I'm saying? So these brains, they're actually controlling these digital creatures inside these simulations as if it's actually them. So they're growing these brains. So this lets you know that they could actually have these brains, you know, in the consciousness of these lab-grown brains, and actually connect them to a robot, you know, which basically that would create basically like a cyborg, you know what I'm saying? So if they have these brains that can control the actual robot, and these brains actually feel like that robot is actually them, you know, making their own decisions, making their own choices, their own reasoning, you know, there would be basically different from AI controlling these robots. There would be a whole different class, because now they're being controlled by actual consciousness and the actual organic brain with consciousness. You know what I'm saying? So this Esau, he's blurring that line like they said they was going to do. Basically they're merging human with machine. You know what I'm saying? They're blurring that line of what it is to be a human and a machine. You know, and these are the type of experiments and things that they're doing, which is evil. Like I said, it's all witchcraft, it's all sinister, it's all Satan worship. You know what I'm saying? And this is why this place, America, is going to get destroyed and basically nuked off the face of the earth. Because when they do things like this, Esau, he's the trailblazer for wickedness. When they do things like this, and all these other nations start following suit of the things that he's doing and start trying to do these same experiments, you know. But I just figured that it's crazy, man, because they actually growing organic brains and connecting them to a digital, you know, world where these brains actually think that they are in that real world, controlling these certain, you know, creatures or whatever that they link these brains to, which these brains can be linked to actual robots as well, and they actually feel like they are these robots, you know. So these are times that we in, man, you know, very, very crazy time. So let's grab a scripture real quick. You know what I'm saying? And this is Isaiah 59:19. And it says, "So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him." You see that? Because the times that we're coming into, they're going to have killer robots, you know, Terminator robots coming after people. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have super soldiers that basically have gene editing. You know, they can mix an actual human and give him the strength of a gorilla by crossing the DNA. This is how you come up with super soldiers, or mixing these humans with, you know, robot parts and shit like that. You know, creating super soldiers where they don't get sick. You know, they don't get tired, basically. You know what I'm saying? They're basically, they don't have pain, because you can take their pain, because we feel pain because of, you know, certain nerves and receptors that we have in our brain. And if you close those receptors off, or close those areas off in the brain that are linked to pain, then these soldiers, they can go around, they won't even feel pain, man. They'll keep going until they just can't go no more, until they die, you know. And that's how you create a super soldier, making them super strong through gene editing and taking away their pain receptors to the point they don't even feel pain. You know, get their arm shot off and they still gunning at you, you know, full speed, you know. So these are the type of things that are going to be on the earth very soon. You know what I'm saying? But it says during this time, when these Terminator robots and things like that start coming after the elect and start, you know, wreaking havoc on the earth, the Lord is going to lift up a standard against them. And that standard is going to be another level of what it means to be a mortal human being. That new level is going to be power, you know, from the heavens, spiritual power. You know what I'm saying? You got certain scriptures that talk about fire proceeding out of people's mouths. You know, some of the prophets calling down fire from heaven. You know what I'm saying? And so on and so forth. Even Yahushua himself said that you in greater works, the works that I do, ye shall do also, and greater works than these shall you do, roughly paraphrasing. So you're going to be able to do greater works than and greater miracles than Yahushua did himself when he was on the earth. So, you know, when certain brothers going to be able to, you know, run super fast or disappear super strength, or you might even be able to shoot fucking laser beams out of your eyes, man. You know what I'm saying? Anything that the Heavenly Father seemed fit to be able to deliver you out of whatever situation that you basically find yourself in. You know what I'm saying? This is what it's going to come down to. That standard is going to get lifted. You know what I'm saying? So these are the times that we're coming in, man. These are going to be some beautiful times. And not only that, you're going to have healings and things like that taking place where brothers going to have people that can't walk. You know, brothers going to be healing them. They're going to be walking again. You know what I'm saying? This is the spirit that the Heavenly Father is going to send down on the earth and give to certain men, you know, of the elect, you know, to be able to get out of certain situations and do certain miracles and do certain things. You know what I'm saying? These are the times that we're coming in. But we're in the human flesh right now. We're mortals, but at some point that standard is going to get lifted, and in these mortal bodies, certain brothers are going to be put on a different level. You know, where that standard is going to be lifted from a mortal to, you know, something different. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and like I said, the Lord ain't gonna give power like this to a fucking nigga, man, that don't have no self-control, you know, no integrity. You know, he ain't gonna give power like this to just any nigga off the streets, man. You know, you have certain power like this has to be given to someone that can be trusted with it. You know. Cause you know, Jake off the streets, man, Lord give Jake the power to call down fire from heaven. Jake could be robbing fucking banks and jewelry stores and all type of shit, man. Going out the malls, you know, robbing them for Jordans and all kind of dumb shit, man. You give a nigga some power, man, you be doing some dumb shit with it. You know, so this has to be given to someone that can be trusted with it, you know. But let's go into this as well. This is Matthew 24 and 21. And it says, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be. So these times that's coming up is going to be like no other time. You know what I'm saying? There ain't going to be no other time in history that you can compare to these times that's coming up, you know, because you're going to have drones out here, you know, being controlled by AI with weapons on them, you know, flying around over your head, shooting bullets down on you, you know, well, on the people that's getting judged, you know, 2/3 of our people, as well as these heathens. You're going to have robots out here that's going to be chasing you down with sniper rifles on their back, you know, flamethrowers and all kind of shit. You know, Terminator robots, big ass robots, super soldiers that don't get tired, you know, with DNA from animals and all different types of abomination is going to be out here on the streets, man, when all hell is breaking loose. You know what I'm saying? A lot of bodies, a lot of people gonna get laid down, you know. And this is why the scriptures say that this time is gonna be like no other time, you know. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be, you know. And not only that, you're gonna have famines that's gonna be taking place, you know, food shortages, toxic poison water that you can't drink, you know what I'm saying, maybe even acid rain, You know, you're gonna, because of all the pollution and shit that Esau is gonna be doing, basically trying to destroy the fucking planet. You know, which is why the scriptures say that if the Lord didn't shorten the times, then no flesh would be saved. And not only that, you're gonna have pestilences and diseases and viruses and all the different type of shit that's out here that's gonna be taking people out as well. So it's gonna be all out chaos and hell that's gonna be out here, man, during Jacob's trouble. But this is Daniel 12:1. It says, "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble such as was never since there was a nation, even to that same time." So this goes into that scripture we just read of this being a time like no other. It's going to get so bad that the angels are going to have to step in. You know, Archangel Michael is going to have to stand. He's going to have to stand up and intervene with the things that's going to be going on, because he's going to have to, you know, his job is going to be to protect and deliver the elect from all of these things that's going to be happening on the earth, basically protecting them, you know, as well as other angels as well. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to be a time like no other, you know, such as was never since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. You see, so the elect are the only ones that are going to be getting delivered out of these terrible times that's coming up. You know what I'm saying? It's going to get so bad that even Archangel Michael and as well as other angels are going to have to step in and intervene to deliver the elect out of all of these things that are going to be happening, you know? But this is that video that I was talking about of, these robots and how they're going to be coming after people. This is Black Mirror. Jay got his fucking top blown. Boy, these that's how they gonna be. They gonna be cold, boy. They ain't gonna think. If they feel like you a threat, they just gonna take your ass out. No emotion behind it. You know, no thinking about it, no reasoning, they just gonna lay your ass out, man. And that's how it's gonna be. Then they gonna move on to the next person that they feel like is a threat and take their ass out as well. This is why it's gonna be a lot of bodies dropping, you know. And in this episode, they had that tracking device that they shot in the air, which basically let out a bunch of different tracking devices that went inside these people's skin that they couldn't basically take out all of them. So this would allow them to track them down and kill them. You know, if you've seen this, I think it's called Metalhead, this episode on Black Mirror, you know. So they showing you what they got for the future, man. You know what I'm saying?
So, we've got robot dogs sprinting 100 meters in under 10 seconds, humanoid robots rolling off assembly lines by the thousand, advanced AI drones swarming the skies, all while the US and China accelerate some kind of AI arms race that experts say could lead us straight into World War III. And
which we're already headed to World War III. It's no, it's World War III is inevitable, and a lot of what this war is going to consist of is robots. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have a lot of foot soldiers that's going to be on the ground, you know, super soldiers and all of that. But you're going to have so many robots and drones and shit like that, man. It ain't going to be nothing that these foot soldiers going to really be able to do, because these robots, you know, you can be miles away controlling these robots and taking out all the foot soldiers. So this is why it's going to be the last war, man, because it's going to be basically fought with a lot of different robots and technology. You know, and ultimately because the kingdom of heaven is about to get ready to be established. So the Lord, he's going to take this place out, man, because it's exceeded in wickedness and evil. You know what I'm saying? So let me bring this out real quick. And this is Revelation 12:12, and it says, "Rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time." You see that? This is why they're trying to rush now with the whole 2030 agenda. This is why they're trying to rush and get things done, because you got World War III happening. This is why they're trying to rush and get things done, because you have these other countries that are basically establishing their own currency that's coming against Great Babylon, America. So this is why they're trying to hurry up and establish a new digital system, you know, and worldwide, you know. So this devil Esau Edom, he's about to get ready to come down with great wrath, because as the scriptures say, they know that they have but a short time.
Not just any war,
you know,
a war with fleets of lethal.
So with that, man, I'm gonna go ahead and give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, double honor to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom, and this has been part 1 of Evil Inventions. Shalom.